Okay, so in terms of how we're gonna end the campaign, we're gonna go to turn 600, but that's it. We really need to move on here. I feel like I feel like we need to move on unless something like huge breaks out. Unless it's massive, a massive war between one of the great powers. We need to end this campaign around turn 600. And again, I'm pushing the campaign over the break so that we don't have an entire episode of nothing happening. So it is turn 582, 18 turns left, and then we'll assess it from there. But I'm pretty sure nothing that big will break out before the next 18 turns. We'll see. But yeah, Canada took this over in 2 turns. It wasn't even fair. Mexico had no chance. Guadalajara will now fall, and that will be the end of Mexico. So the only other thing that I can think of, also let's not forget about Africa was pretty much destabilized enough. What we predicted was that the Zulu were going to jump in. The problem is that the Zulu are not that powerful at all, but it has definitely halted the progress that the Congo were making against the Ashanti. It wasn't as big of a collapse that I thought that the Ashanti were going to have. I thought the Ashanti were going to lose a lot more cities. They almost lost this one, but they couldn't get the job done. It wasn't as big of a collapse that I thought. That the Ashanti would lose I thought the Ashanti would be down to 3 cities, and then the Zulu would declare war. However, I thought the Zulu would be a little more powerful than this. They are powerful. I just think that a lot of their units are not in their traditional homeland. I think that they're out, off embarking in the seas, and they're doing some sort of, I don't know, they're out in the world exploring something. Which is a big problem because I doubt that they're gonna have any success against the Congo. I mean, we'll see. Maybe they will, but the Congo are gonna have to pull way back, which might allow for the Ashanti to capture a city or two. And then we've seen this exact same scenario play out earlier in the series. So they're gonna have to pull back. Oh, they didn't. Luckily, they were able to peace out. So because they peaced out. And I think because Shaka waited too long, now, Canada now going after the Ashanti. They have no access though, so it doesn't matter. Excuse me. And Guadalajara was destroyed or captured by the Canadians. So bam, Mexico's gone. Yeah, so this might be interesting for the Zulu now. This will be an interesting fight because now they can pull back all the regiments to go and face Shaka. I think that the Congo are going to be okay, but we'll see. There did seem to be a race to take the Congo capital. I think that's what the Zulu had planned, but that's not going to work very well. We have Canada sneak attacking against somebody. Don't know who that is for, but if they do launch another war soon, see, that's another thing, is now the British need to worry. But the British are going to be the strongest, I think, force that Canada has had to deal with, I think, in the entire campaign. And that's kind of sad. I'm not trying to knock Britain here, or the UK. Technically, they're the UK here in this mod. But, not trying to, diss on the United Kingdom at all. But they're not that strong compared to, I wouldn't consider them in the top 7 countries left. And remember, there's really only a handful of countries left. There's so many nations have been destroyed. So top 8 is, I would maybe I give them maybe the 8th place spot, and that's not saying that much. I mean, I guess maybe a little bit more because maybe I'd put them in front of the Congo now, but because the Congo really didn't get any strength at all from these 2 Ashanti cities, and they've actually lost a lot of military power, so maybe they've dropped a little bit in my own personal rankings. Dang, Siam is looking good. I mean, just these borders looking real good. They're looking, that's nice. That's what I would say border porn is right there. Except for Canada right here. Canada, get out of there. Let Australia have this part of Papua New Guinea. Then this would pretty much be completely border porn, I would say. All the way up to even Korea. Jeez. Never have I seen, I think, this beautiful of borders, to be honest. For the most part, it is pretty beautiful. Let's not look at, the northern part of North America, though, with all those French colonies. Still. We'll see if Canada launches this attack on Colombia. It's very, very possible. I'd like to be surprised. I don't... I've been talking about this for the last 2 videos. I could easily open up those info addicts and speculate what I think is going to happen, because right now, more than anything else, that info addicts is telling us a lot. because the military manpower really is just based off of number of units, because I think everyone is about the same technology. Everybody has the same units. I think everyone's very, very close to that 80, that top 80 slot, 80 technology slot. I would say they're all above the 70s at least. Let's disregard Denmark, though. Dang, I can't even go towards the front. Did you see that? Frame rate just drops so low when I go towards the French Empire. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't even feel comfortable like scrolling over Europe. That's how you know, though. Okay, so there you go. France doesn't even need to do anything. I just scrolled over Western Europe, and I feel uncomfortable doing that because I feel like my game is going to crash. Does the same thing go for Canada? No, I still feel pretty comfortable. I mean, we're still pretty low in frame rate, but it's nowhere as close as like I literally feared the game was going to crash just looking at France. If that's not a show of strength, then I don't know what is. Like, a Civ will crash this whole game because they're that powerful. This YouTube series will be over because a Civ is that strong. Anyways, I don't even want to know if it, honestly though, like literally, this is what would happen if France goes to war with anybody except for maybe Canada. Campaign's over. I am going to stop the series right there. Because the only reason why this is still a debate is because Napoleon hasn't gone to war. As soon as we see even just one war, France versus Denmark, France versus the UK, anybody but the Canadians, I'm gonna just end the campaign instantly because it's obviously game over because they're gonna get more cities and it's over. But anyways, that is just. But I don't think that's gonna happen, to be honest. France is not gonna go to war. France is not going to go to war. Let's see how the Zulu are doing. Zulu having some success, maybe going after Ottawa, but that is it. The Congo really haven't reinforced that much. I mean, they've been reinforcing all their different fronts. It's going to be kind of confusing for an AI that has that shares these like multiple fronts in all different regions of the map in Africa. I should say in this scenario, it's going to be a confusing battle no matter what, to defend and to launch an offensive attack. Ottomans clearly have open borders through the French, but not through anything else. I can't even go to North Africa without it slowing down. So that's another reason why we do need to stop the campaign by turn 600, unless something massive breaks down. Again, I'm still not on board with, I still think that Canada has the opportunity, again, over the next 15 turns to either go to war with Colombia or the French. I don't think it. I guess they could go to war with Korea, but I don't think that's going to be a very I wouldn't think that was a very smart move. They might, though. The problem is that they might, because Korea doesn't have that much in terms of military manpower, but they don't realize the AI doesn't calculate naval sizes and how. I would say that most of Japanese Canada would fall. I'm willing to bet. Unless, of course, they reinforce with a bunch of XCOM units, which is possible. It'd be a stagnant war, I'd say. A pretty back and forth stagnant war. But yeah, no, Canada has 15 turns to declare the war. And if they don't, then I don't know. We need to stop it because AIs are getting so powerful that they're going to break my computer. That is at the point that we're at. So that's not very good. Just realized that the British have kind of left the Iberian Peninsula for some reason. Maybe it's because of the threat that Canadians are posing. I'm pretty sure that's got to be it. I think there's a pretty big threat that Canada is posing to the Caribbean, to the new territory that the British have in the Caribbean. Still very shocked that Denmark is still around. Let's also not forget about this very. I was hoping that someone would take this over, this Danish city, this Danish colony, but yeah, I don't think we're going to. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. We might not use this map again next time we go. I don't think I will, actually, next time we return to a world scenario like this. Because like I said, I want to use mods. Ottawa has fallen. So I would like to do a different sort of looking map, I guess. But if I do return to this, I don't think, obviously, I talked about how I didn't want anyone to start off on an island. But the second thing would be, oh, Giza has been conquered by... Where is that? Oh, and they brought back Egypt. Oh, that is so sweet, Congo. That is so sweet. At the same time, I'm kind of upset that you did that because the borders were looking for the most part pretty good. And then you brought back Egypt. Still, that's actually pretty shocking. We have never seen that before, I don't think. I mean, I've seen it before in a Civ 5 battle, you know, when I'm playing it, but in an AI only, in one of these series like this, I've never seen it. Napoleon's playing against Henry of Australia. They've apparently launched some sort of sneak attack. We already have Korea plotting against Egypt. It's been one turn, Korea. Come on, man. Give him some time. Give him some time to share the glory. Ramses just got awakened from his tomb. I think quite literally, honestly. And you're already plotting against him. It looks like Canada's done a better job at maybe building up that Pacific fleet. Remember how crucial this city was? And I'm sad that it wasn't more of a focal point of the series, but this is the Panama Canal. And this could have been a very interesting point of attack for any Civ. This is a very crucial city to have, and I'm sad that we had all these canal cities. They didn't really play that big of a role in the series. At least this one didn't. The Suez Canal played a big role, somewhat. I think it did. But it was yeah, I mean, it was what? It was controlled by Carthage, then it was controlled by Persia, then it was controlled by the French. At the end of the day, you still needed access through the Arabian Peninsula to get to the Indian Ocean, so it didn't really play that big of a role. Okay, and bam, they move on to the next city. I don't know why the Congo did that. I have no idea. Australia has denounced Korea. And how are the Ashanti doing? No one else has declared war on the Ashanti. Something to kind of keep in mind. We have Canada denouncing the UK. Ooh. That is something to look into. I would definitely look into that. It does seem to be that if the Canadians were to go to war with anybody, UK would be the obvious choice. However, is that enough, though? Is that enough for us to feel like Canada should be on the level of France? I don't know. It would depend. I guess it would if they dominate. They need to dominate the British. And I don't think taking these two Cuban cities is anywhere close to being a dominant victory. Didn't realize how big this city was. 26 population. Was that one of the biggest cities in the world? I think it might have been. That's huge. Jeez, and remember that city got captured. It wasn't given in a peace deal, so its population was massive. It must have been in the 40s. A lot of this stuff is pillaged too, so you know maybe some people starved. They're probably not, you know, as effective at you know, maybe eating or whatever, using food as they were in the past. The Australians have actually made it over towards the Ashanti coast, but I don't think anything of that. France might want to join in soon on one of these African powers. Now they've got three choices, three very weak nations, but I don't think it's going to happen. Ooh, so there you go. Zulu are kind of cleaning up some borders, but the problem is the Congo are moving through the revived Egyptian territory to go after former Egyptian cities. And actually, they're going to have a lot of success, I think. Yes, they are. So yeah, I mean, France, if they didn't feel like they were strong enough before for some reason, they can really pick off some very weak nations in Africa, and I think have a lot of success doing it. I actually thought that we'd see maybe more of an Australian-Canadian war at some point. Argentina has denounced the Ottomans. I mean, who even thinks the Ottomans? The Ottomans are practically a city-state of France. So are Denmark. At this point, my pick has become reduced to a city-state. They've survived because France has allowed them to survive. So that's kind of nice. Good, we're going to make it to 590. So one great thing about like the loss of all these civs is that we've decreased the amount of time it takes to process these turns. We're moving through these videos a lot quicker than we were moving through. Like, I remember when we got to like the turn, like, I think 340 or 350. For some reason, it was taking forever. And that was just because we had so many civs still left to process for. I feel like we're actually going faster than we were beforehand. So that's great. So there's going to be about 10 turns left. And I will probably, over the break, push it to 600. If nothing happens, then there we go. We're going to end the campaign. If something does happen, then I don't know. I don't know. But I'm glad that Canada has allowed us to have some sort of entertainment, because they didn't give us any entertainment in North America before this, in this entire campaign. It's nice that they've done so now. Yep, the Congo will probably take over these cities. I'm wondering if they're going to gift that to Egypt, since that was originally an Egyptian city. I don't think they will. Can they even? I don't. Geez, I'm blanking. Can they even do that? I know that you can revive a civ that's dead, but I don't think you can give them another city. Why would you want to? Anyways, they already have all of Egypt's diplomatic, votes now. Why give them another city? That's not going to give them more votes. I don't think so. Unless, of course, the city had like the Forbidden Palace or something like that, right? I believe that theory is technically right. Something like that. How have the Ottomans been doing? Pretty good. They have enough units here to, they've got enough paratroopers technically to attack. I didn't even realize the Ottomans could have maybe attacked Korea if they wanted to. I mean, I guess they both could have. That would be a just one end of a note. I think, see, this, when it comes down to the argument, if we should even give the victory to Canada, at the end of the day, this is the reason why we shouldn't. Because of this border here. At any point, France could become almost powerful. Almost, wait, what's the word? I don't even know what the word, almost powerful. Unlimited power, if we look after, if we kind of take a note from Emperor Palpatine. Unlimited power. Because all of Korea would fall. I can guarantee you all of these cities would fall. All of them. Easily. Canada has to face Argentina, or I'm sorry, Colombia. And they would not go down without a fight, a massive, massive fight. That would be really, really tough still for Canada. So, at the end of the day, without Canada declaring the war, even like right now, without Canada declaring war on anybody, then yeah, this right here, just this border, should be enough to be like, okay, yeah, we should give the victory to Napoleon. Because you see all these units, and we don't see anything here. Pretty much nothing here. So, that's kind of my whole theory on it. Actually surprised that we had a crash at a few videos ago, several videos ago, maybe about 6 or 7, and we haven't had a crash yet. I really should knock on wood on that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to have to end it right there. Like I said, I'm either going to come back at turn 600, or I'll come back earlier than then because something has come up. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.